She sat in the front row, like it was just an ordinary poetry event. You know, the usual poetry, the slander, the hard knocks, the kick rocks and the kickbacks and the forget you loves and all that kind of stuff. But she was waiting to hear something different. She wanted to hear something different that would still her mind. I think I was the answer. As I told the audience, this is a poem that I will retire for the longest time. I will never do this poem again. And as I recited the last time, she sat back and listened. Eyes open, heart open to what I was giving to her. She received in her spirit. See, sometimes you never know who's going to touch. You never know what poet's going to come on stage and rip the stage apart and never touch somebody. And if one person says you did a great job, but I understand where you're coming from, I'm good. I don't have to have a million. Facebook fans are a lot, but one poem to generate a whole generation of young folks, old folks, sinners, slipbacks, sinners, and all that such. I'm good. As I got off stage, she said, well, I understand. I was going through the same thing, but I never thought somebody would say what I was feeling. Never felt I would say what I was experiencing. I have 2 kids. One has got issues with her mind. The other one is just young, not knowing what life is all about. And see, I was waiting for that. But see, the poet to give me what I needed, so I had to count on you. See, you're like an angel in disguise, and I thanked her for the compliment, but I have read back in my seat, I think about it. I had to think about why I did that poem last poem on stage. Why I felt like such an array before I got there, but when I did that poem and sat down, I was comforted. See, when I went down, the drinks had no effect on me, but see, I had to retract my mind past the bar, past the venue, and past myself, and feel what somebody else was feeling. So in that case, I wrote more, looking from the outside in, looking from the inside out, wondering what somebody was going to feel. Wondering the next person beside me was going to feel everything that I say, everything that I do, everything that I touch, be made as gold. So as she sat down and we discussed further, even after the event was over, the 2 words that stood in my mind, even as I read that poem and left the venue, was simply, I understand. And see, every poem I write, every page I write, every line I write hopes to get that same response. But see, sometimes people don't know what they're going through themselves. So a poet has to do it. A poet has to write down every word to make sure it's clear, so that sometimes you feel vulnerable. You feel vulnerable opening up to yourself because somebody might say the wrong thing. Say they might understand, but then be a fake person in disguise. See, I see in my own eyes that when I write a poem, somebody has to understand. I say, God, let somebody understand what I'm going through. They may not have slipped their wrist, they may not have tried to commit suicide, but Lord, let them understand what I'm going through. And see, every line gets more serious. Every line gets more potent. Every line gets more deliberate. So that every time a poet gets a stage, somebody will be able to say, after me, I understand. Thank you.